What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everywhere you're watching this stream from. My name is Nate Zion, the presenter for Blueclouds Media, and we are back here again. Another week, another week is about to come to an end. Some places I've already seen a week that has come to an end, and over here we are getting close. It's 1:47 by my time. I know it's UK. It's a little after 6:30 evening time, getting close to bedtime, I would say. Yes, we're streaming live here, and today's topic, we got a lot to talk about. We will talk about Mr. Romelu Lukaku. You know, Romelu Lukaku has been in the news for quite some time now, and also officially confirmed Christian Pulisic is now an AC Milan player. Lukaku representative held talks with Chelsea yesterday. The Blue wants more money from Inter Milan. Inter Milan are willing to pay 30 million, but the Blues wants over 35 million plus bonuses from Inter Milan on the Romelu Lukaku saga. Will this happen? We'll look into that as the stream goes on. And also, we're going to check into another interesting move from Lyon. If you guys know the winger, Rayan Cherki. Rayan Cherki is the name. Chelsea remain the only club interested in Moisés Caicedo. The deal is hanging in the air. I'm sure the details in terms of the structure and how Chelsea will make those payments to Brighton is what is holding the deal up. It's taking forever, and I know a lot of Chelsea fans want to see this deal done. And then preseason start also next week. So are Chelsea going to have their man before preseason starts? We're all yet to see what is going to happen. Moisés Caicedo at this moment, the only reason why Chelsea fans are very, very happy with this deal is it is only Chelsea and Brighton. Chelsea's the only interested club talking to Brighton at this moment in time. It's no more Arsenal. It's no more any other. But then the new winger from Olympique Lyon have other clubs also interested in him. But will Chelsea make the move for that deal? We're yet to see. So, like I said, I'm being joined here by my co-host Steven. Steven will join me in a sec. So, guys, hang on tight. As we'll be right back in a second. Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Steven. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You all right?
Yes, I'm all right. You know, just a lot of deals going on, outgoing and incoming. Christian Pulisic is now a AC Milan player. It's been announced today. And also Romelu Lukaku deal is still hanging in the air. We have to talk about it. Then also Moisés Caicedo deal also hanging in the preseason starts next week. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, I'd feel a lot better if we got Lukaku out of the club and Aubameyang and Ziyech, but hopefully that can happen in the next few days.
Certainly, certainly. Aubameyang out to Aubameyang also. Earlier on, I had I was reading some article or some tweets about Aubameyang being linked to the Saudi move. Do you think Aubameyang will prioritize Saudi move? Because a month ago he is trying to renew his how would I say it? He's trying to get back to the Gabonese national team and start playing for Gabonese. Try to relaunch his career again to be able to come back and then play for, play international football. So going to Saudi Arabia has been linked. Do you think that will affect his? I mean, the way he played, the competitive nature of the competition in Saudi Arabia doesn't match anything compared to the Premier League. So do you fancy the move for him to go to Saudi? I know you fancy because you're a Chelsea fan, you want him out, but in terms of his career, what do you make of that move for Mr. Aubameyang?
The latest link that came out, I can't remember where I saw it, but the latest one that came out was Marseille in Liga. They're
Yeah,
interested in Aubameyang. So hopefully a deal gets done with either the Saudis or Lyon or maybe another club comes in. Hopefully we can get something done in the next few days. I mean, him, Ziyech, Lukaku, they won't be going on pre-season anyway. So I'm not worried about them disrupting that group. Because if they're not sold, they'll stay in England. So yeah, well, I don't even think Lukaku's in England at the moment, actually. But basically, bottom line is they won't be going on the tour. So I'd rather they get sold before then. But if they don't, they're not on the tour anyway. So that also will be fine by me, I guess, because that means they can't be disruptive.
so, point said. Thank you very much, Stephen. Yes, let's get to the comment section below before we continue with whatever we have on the Lisa Phantom of any topic. I hope you're doing very well. Phantom said first to hit the like. Since 1905, the beginning of Chelsea Football Club, the team has played its home game at Stamford Bridge. If you look on the map, the stadium is located entirely 100% in Fulham. Thank you for the education, Phantom of Minute topic. Phantoms also went ahead and said, therefore, the truth is Chelsea is in name only, in real life. Fulham has two teams in the English Premier League. It is due to this fact that allows me to even support CFC and then Fulham at the same time. Nizion, please make the link public tonight. I'm on this seventh floor tonight. Okay, yeah. I know what you mean. So you have a good connection to join the link. I'll make it public for you. No, not a problem. What the heck happened? Yes, we are live. We have a little technical issue, so we have to go back and then we reset ourselves again. Where did all my texts go? I think they show up. They show up here. Probably wouldn't show up on YouTube, but then they show up on my stream, my screen over here, and I've read everything for you. Hope you're happy. Yes, so guys, when you come live, do not forget to hit the like button for us, and also you can share the stream on any platform that you found yourself. We're much happy about that. And then we have one person watching from a Blueclouds Media on Facebook. Then we have others watching from I think the YouTube ones. I don't know what's happening today, but come on, guys, share the link. Share the link. Let's get our brothers. I share the stream and also on my community tab on YouTube. I shared it there. The announcement was right there that we're going to go live today. So I don't know. YouTube is probably not sending the link out to our members, but hopefully that can happen soon. If YouTube doesn't do it, because I don't know why we have only two viewers. This is insane. This is insane. All right, so Steven, anything else you want to
Mm-hmm.
talk about before we continue with the stream? Uh,
Um, no,
what
not really.
what you got for the weekend? What have you lined up for the weekend, Steven?
Got no plans, honestly. Um, the only plans I've got is flipping hoping that we get rid of some players that don't want to be here.
And I certainly know Lukaku is going to be the first person on your list, isn't it? Lukaku,
Lukaku,
Aubameyang, Ziyech.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So So Lukaku first, Aubameyang second, then Ziyech will be the
No,
10th,
no,
10th player.
Lukaku, Ziyech, then Aubameyang.
Then Aubameyang. Lance. You don't have a problem with
Aubameyang the
Aubameyang.
third one. Ziyech's a big issue, especially after his little post where he thought he was a comedian after his little problems with his medical.
Yeah.
I could actually, like, I actually was going mad at that. Like, you see all this stuff about our knees and hips and all that good red flags, and then he's on a pitch training and going on about legs, am I right? And like laughing emojis and that. Like, no, you're not funny.
Thanks, Steve, for sharing your weekend with us. And this is my weekend. My weekend actually start right after this the stream comes to an end. I gotta take the family out. We're probably gonna go to the lake or maybe walk around, or maybe go for a bike ride because over here in the state, I wouldn't say in the state, in Michigan, it gets to almost about around 10:30 before it gets dark. So we have a long day and a short night. At this period of time, during summer, we have longer days, so it gives us more time to be able to play around. Even during 9 o'clock, we're still riding bikes, we're still running around because there's still a lot of daylight. So yeah, it takes about around 10:30 to 11 before we see darkness. Big up to you, Metal Face Doom. He says peace and blessing to you, to my brother. I hope you're doing very, very well. What do you have for us today? He says you're going to the Wrexham game. The Wrexham game, I might mix it because I was having difficulties trying to. It's not just watching. When I go to games like that, I want to be a part of it. I want to be able to get connected to the players. But the Wrexham game, I might mix it because I couldn't get feedback from the football club. So, but then the others, I'm still on top of the others, which is the Brighton and the other games. I will be getting the
Premier League Summer Series.
the Premier League summer series. I will be there, but the Wrexham game, I will miss it. I will mix it because I couldn't get feedback. I don't want to be a spectator, just a spectator. With where I am in terms of my media work, I want to get close. So if I don't get that access, I'll have to wait for the Premier League summer series. So that's an update for you, Metal Doom. But then yeah, if I get everything sorted out, I'll let you guys know in the community section. I'll let you guys know. Looks like YouTube is doing his job now. He's sending the link out for our people. We got 8 of us watching live on the stream. We got 2 from our Blueclouds Media on Facebook. Let me know if you're watching us on Facebook. Send your comment in. I'll read a comment for you as they come in. You don't have to pay a dime or a penny for me to read your comment for you. So if you're Blueclouds Media on Facebook, let me know what your name and then send your link in there. Send a link. I've sent the link in there if you want to join us also later on. I'll be happy so we can know what your opinions in terms of the dealings and signings that are coming in. See if I've seen photos of Nkunku training very, very hard, and we see Diego. Diego was Steven. What's his last name? Just Diego.
Moreira.
Yeah, Diego Moreira, the guy from it's Benfica, right? Benfica. Yeah. So yeah, I've seen him working hard. Nkunku also working hard. So it looks like we've got players in. Michael Jackson also working hard. Let's see. Our first game against Wrexham. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Nicholas Jackson. I call him Michael Jackson. I think Metal Face Doom, I've been calling him Michael Jackson. So I'm trying to stick to that name. Yes, so yeah. That's what we'll be looking at. So let's start, Stephen. Let's start from Mr. Christian Pulisic. Officially confirmed. And I've said many times that Christian Pulisic needs to start playing. So Christian Pulisic, now officially an AC Milan player, he's going to get game time. Stephen, what do you make of that move?
I mean, it's a good move, to be honest. Same for Ruben. You can go there. Don't forget, compared to Ruben's what, 28, I think. Pulisic is only about 24. He can go there. He can get some game time. Maybe get back to the sort of level he was at Dortmund, which are the heights he never reached at Chelsea, really. Not on a consistent basis, anyway. And then maybe he gets a move somewhere else. A nice little sell-on clause is in that deal for us, apparently, which means we'll get a bit of money from any future deal as well. So that also help us. But yeah, I think it's a good move for him, same as I did for Ruben. I think he'll get plenty of game time. And yeah, hopefully he'll be able to build back up to what he was when he was playing in the Bundesliga. Because
Yeah,
the only time we really saw it at Chelsea was in lockdown, Project Restart. That's the only time we really saw it here.
he
We
was
didn't
on
really
top
see
of
it
his
any other
game
time.
during the Project Restart. Yeah.
He was on absolute fire.
Yeah, he had a hat trick. The hat trick was a perfect hat trick I've ever seen a Chelsea player scored for a long time. He had left, right, left foot, right foot, and then also had a goal in the air. So that was a perfect hat trick for Christian Pulisic during Project Restart. All right, go ahead, Steven.
No, I was done.
All right, so thank you very much. Meta Face Doom. He said, Michael Jackson, baby. Absolutely. I'm adapting your word, your name given to Mr. Nicholas Jackson. I hope he's groovy with to see next season coming from Meta Fakes. Phantom Nicholas Jackson. All right. Okay, guys, if you have any question, drop it in. Steven and I will put our head together and give you a very perfect answer to that. The question he asks, okay.
No, he's just saying that Nick Jackson's a striker.
All right, it looks like I'm getting confused over here. But then I'll read that. I'm getting messages coming from my Facebook, so it's trying to take my attention away. Okay, my friend said Metaface asks you, are you from Monroe? No, I'm not from Monroe. I'm not from there. I'm from Michigan. Metaface, I'm from Michigan. I'm from Michigan, Metaface, bro. I'm right here in Michigan. No, Monroe. I'm not. I think it's in Monroe in Canada. If it's
You're thinking of Montreal, I think.
Yeah, I think Montreal. Yeah, it's not Montreal. All right, Phantom said, what will Chelsea pay for Caicedo? Chelsea are trying not to pay
Whatever it
anything
takes.
over 80 million, isn't it?
I think it was 80 to 85, but they want it in one installment, which is rare these days, especially for a deal that big.
And then the
Or if we pay
FFP.
100 million, it'd be in Chelsea's favourable terms. But I still think we'll manage to get it in some sort of favourable terms at 85 million for us. That's what I think. No information, just opinion.
All right, Metafacer, do you think that we will sign many players soon, or will they wait till the end of the preseason? I'll give you an answer. Monroe is in Michigan, my brother. Oh, okay. See, there's so many cities here. I can't get everything. Even here in Plainwell alone, Plainwell, Otsego, Allegan, a whole lot. We have a whole lot over here. So yeah, I'm not in the Monroe, my brother. I'm in Plainwell, Michigan. Plainwell. So yes, I think that there's going to be more signing in. There'll be more signing in, even in the case of, during the preseason, there will be other players still coming in. We can't get all the players in before preseason starts, because if Chelsea are looking for to get these Lyon winger, which is what do you call him again?
Cherki. I
Rayan,
don't know how
is
you
it
pronounce
Chelsea?
it. No idea how you pronounce it, but yeah.
Chatty.
I
Is it Chatty?
might stick to just saying Rayan, to be honest. Makes
Yeah.
my life a lot easier.
Yeah, it's Rayan Cherki. Rayan Cherki will come in if Chelsea really want it, because we need a midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder, because right now we have Endo Fernandez, we have Mr. Michael Jackson there, and then we also have Gallagher. Gallagher has also been linked to Newcastle United and also right now the latest link from Gallagher is Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not so sure if Chelsea want to let him go. If Chelsea let him go, it means that they have a player in mind they want to bring in before they can let Gallagher leave the football club, in my opinion. Right, Steven?
You would like to think so, yeah.
We're not.
We need two midfielders as it is, and you'd like to think if we let him go, actually, let me correct myself. We need two midfielders as it is. That's a fact. But if he goes, are you keeping one of Santos, Chukwemeka, Casadei, who's the others? Basically, any of them, right? Or are you signing another midfielder to replace him? That's the question that I have to be asked.
Okay. There are lots of questions that are coming in.
One of them, or are you bringing someone else in external?
All right. So there are a lot of questions that keep coming in. Phantom Mini Topic said Monreal is in the southern edge side of Detroit area. Thank you for, I know Phantom and his geographical knowledge. Thank you very much, Phantom, and thank you very much. I123 love you for your comments as they come in. Metaface Doom said, bear in mind that we need to sign starting 11 players and they need to gel, which that's what I'm saying. Some of these players, if we rank Ryan, what's his name again? Rayan Cherki wouldn't be a bench player. He has to be a starting 11 player, which Chelsea will be working very hard. Like I said, he might not be in the list to the preseason. He might not be. He might come in. He might come in a bit late, or maybe join the team later on in the preseason here in America. So we'll look into that. So, Kimo, big up to you, Kimo. He says, so do you think Chelsea finish in the top four? Chelsea finishing in the top four will be a big tax. But if Chelsea doesn't finish in the top four, it will, in my opinion, we've talked about this before. Steven and I have talked about this before. I think I'll see it as a little bit of a failure to, Mauricio Pochettino, because of the players we have, the pedigree of Chelsea. If we don't finish top four, will be a failure to Mauricio Pochettino himself, because he's managed likes of PSG, Tottenham Hotspurs. He's been around top teams, and he's a very good manager. So we expect Mauricio Pochettino to take Chelsea at least top four, 1, 2, 3, be in the fourth position. It wouldn't be bad for Chelsea. It wouldn't be bad for Chelsea. I know the words.
I think it's too early.
Steven.
I still think it's too early. I think we have to look at how our business goes, and then after pre-season, maybe we reevaluate and look at it.
I mean, from looking at the players so far, looking at the players that we have so far, Steven, if for what you've seen, Nicholas Jackson, Enzo Fernandez, all what we have, so the attacking players, a number of attacking players that we have, don't you think that Chelsea should be able to make top four? And then the manager itself.
I don't think, based on the squad today as we speak.
Yeah.
I think it'd be closer to 6th than 4th. I think it'd be closer to 6th as we sit here today, because of the players that need to come in. Think about it. One of the big needs we have is to get a 6 in, to get Caicedo in, for example, right?
Yeah.
If we don't do that, we're back to how Enzo came in January, where he has to do defensive work, and it doesn't give him the freedom to do what he does best, which is create. Which means we're limiting one of our biggest players. That's one of the biggest things for me, is we got to get, for me, it has to be Caicedo, and then based on the players that we're linked with, it's got to be Lavia or Amadou Onana for the second centre mid / DM.
Okay. Amadou Onana from Everton?
Yeah, he's about 6'3", absolutely. I think Poch can work magic with him as well.
Yeah, but now the Chelsea hasn't been linked with him. In
no, we haven't been linked with him. We've been linked with him this summer.
That's a month ago. Last season. It was last season, right? Not this season.
No, I can't remember exactly when I last saw it. I think I saw it in the last week or so, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you already know, if you don't have a lot of these accredited media people talking about it, then it's not really concrete. You get what I mean?
No, but also we've seen from this summer, we're trying to keep a lot of things under wraps and prevent leaks, so that we don't have some situations where other clubs come in for our targets, which is some of the stuff that happened in the last 12 months. So we're sort of trying to do as much quietly as possible so that we avoid situations like that. Which is one of the things that I was saying before we came on stream. With the whole Caicedo thing, people go, oh, where's the updates? Where's the updates? Where's the updates? There's not going to be as many because we're not putting in official offers. We're talking verbally with Brighton to get everything agreed verbally, and that is when we go in with the official offer. Once we know that what we're offering is going to be accepted, that's when that official offer goes in. And that official offer should be the one and only offer because it should be the one that gets accepted.
All right, thank you very much. Much said. We have some few comments here. This one's coming from I123. Love you said if you go from your location, you say, you're from Monreal. Okay, which will be only 2 hours 30 minutes from you, bro. All right, that's from my location here. 2 hours 30 minutes to Monreal, which is not far. 2 hours 30 minutes. It's just like a walking distance. If you're driving here. Do you think Chelsea finish in the top four next season? Which big up to you, my brother. We've answered that already. And big up to you, Trey. Since hi, inside a long time no see. How are you? I'm doing very well. As you can see me sitting down here. Will you do any stream on United anytime soon? God bless you. Manchester United. I don't want to talk about Manchester United because my darling player that I support so much, Mason Mount, has joined that Red Devil. So when I talk about Manchester United, it brings me so much pain because I love Mason Mount. I have a jersey, but I can't ban it. I'll keep it for, feature reference. I can't ban it, just like some people are doing.
There's no point burning it,
banning it. Yeah. All right, we need to start crying, baby. Pulisic is already gone, just like Meta Face Doom said. Pulisic is already gone to Milan, or do you support them as well, Phantom? They want to know because Phantom supports a whole lot of teams, so they want to know if you're supporting AC Milan, plastic clad medical. All right, Pulisic.
It's all official.
Ziyech,
it's all official.
Ziyech will be sold to Saudi. Saudi
No,
team, but didn't clear medical.
He wasn't technically speaking sold to him because for him to be sold to him, he would have had to pass the medical, and that's when you sign everything off and get sold. He didn't pass the medical, therefore the documentation wasn't signed, and therefore he was not sold. We had an agreement pending the medical. We did not actually sell him.
From Steven, what is going on with Ziyech right now means that Ziyech is not going to go anywhere until next season.
Not necessarily, because what they did, right? What the team he was going to is Al Nassr, the team Ronaldo has, the one that temporarily has a restriction that they cannot register new players because of the people who were in charge before the PIF, which is the people who run Newcastle and 4 of the Saudi clubs, including them. The people who were running that club before basically didn't pay payments for transfers of certain players, including payment to Leicester for, I can't remember what player it was now. I think it was that Musa striker.
Yeah.
But
Musa, is it Musa from America?
From Leicester? No.
Oh, Musa, yeah. Musa, they forget to pay.
He's African, right?
Yeah, he's from Nigeria. He's a Nigerian. Musa.
Yeah, so PIF are now go pay that off so that there's no restriction because it happened under a previous regime. But that's the team that wanted him was Al Nassr. And what they did was when the red flags came up on the medical, they reduced his offer on salary from what they initially gave him by 40%.
Yeah.
But they made it incentives so that he could then reach what was initially offered. So I'd presume that will be things like if he plays a certain number of games, he would reach what was his initially offered wages.
Okay.
But then he rejected it apparently. So, and then he put up that post on Instagram that we've probably all seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fair enough. Fair enough. For guys, so the next, okay, let's talk about Meta Face Doom's question. He has a question. This is what's our thoughts on the players so far? I think it's decent. We have decent players. I mean, the Nicholas Jackson, like I've said many times over here. I don't want Chelsea fans I don't want Chelsea fans to be expecting so much from him. It's a gamble. It is a gamble of a player that we brought in. But this is the time that we can rewrite history, that we brought in a gamble player that has gone on to being a world class or that have gone on to work perfectly for Chelsea Football Club. It's a risk-taking player that we brought in because he hasn't played much. He hasn't had many caps with the Senegalese national team. I think he's had only 3 caps with Senegal, which is not enough. And also
Something
hasn't,
like that. And that was
yeah,
the last internationals as well.
yeah, he's had only 3 caps with Senegal, which is not enough, in my opinion, to be able to bring a player in to a high-profile football club like Chelsea. So it will be a gamble. But then I think from the highlights and stuff that we've seen, he's a player that can go on to be world class. We saw that from Mane. Mane was coming from Southampton. He's not a Premier League proven player. So, like I said, it is a gamble. But then it will pay off. Let's have patience with him. And Malo Gusto, like I said, also from Lyon, good signing. And Kuku
Excited about
also.
that one.
What was that, Steven?
I'm excited about having Malo Gusto.
Malo Gusto. Yeah. That's good signing so far. I would say Malo Gusto also over there. Then we have Nkunku. We all know what he can do. He can terrorize. We see what he did to City. So Nkunku also another good signing. Jackson is also versatile. Caicedo, I don't know. I can't say much about Caicedo, but it looks.
Also, it's not a done deal yet.
It's not a
That's
done deal
the
yet, but it looks eminent. It's a deal that can go through very soon. If Caicedo comes in, I can say that we're also getting close. We're also getting close to winning the transfer. Would I say transfer? Winning the transfer. Arsenal are winning so far. Arsenal are winning. If they
You're
could
saying
finish,
that
they could
if
rise.
we get 1 or 2 certain deals, then we win the window. Is essentially
Yeah,
what you're
we
saying.
win the window. Absolutely. Metaface Doom said Gusto guaranteed. Gusto is guaranteed minute considering James' fitness issues. That's what I'm saying. I'm just praying that James can start. So we were talking about we're going to even going to talk about this. Who becomes the next captain for Chelsea? And Stephen and I have had the debate in terms of does
I think it
Reece
was yesterday,
James,
wasn't it?
yeah, does Reece James fit into that criteria? I even talked about Kepa Arrizabalaga and Reece even said no, no, no. But look, being a captain, we saw certain games that we needed Reece James to be in those games. Those games were big games. So if Reece James doesn't tell me that he will be fit for the whole entire season, which I doubt Reece James is going to be fit for the whole entire season. But if Reece James is able to play more than 80% of our games next season, then why not give him the captainship? But if Reece James is not going to be there for certain big games and he's going to be on the bench or in the medical room, then I don't see Reece James to be a captain now. I don't see that. I don't expect that to happen. But Reece James, if someone else, if we don't bring any other keeper in, I know recently Chelsea has been linked with Everton. What's his Everton goalkeeper again? No, it's not Everton. This guy from Aston Villa, the Argentine goalkeeper who won, Emi Martinez. Chelsea has been linked with him again. If Emi Martinez comes in, then I prefer to give the captain to him. But I always also don't like goalkeepers being captains because they are not on the field. They're all the way behind. John Terry was a captain, Aldo was a defender.
That's why they can make good captains, though. That is one benefit. That's one of the reasons why a goalkeeper could make a good captain if they're vocal. Because they can literally see the whole pitch, and it makes it easier for them to let their teammates give them instructions, stuff like this.
But they can see the whole field. I don't want to goalkeeper, but if you're going for a goalkeeper, either Kepa can do it. But then the only thing is, can Kepa, does he have that leadership quality? Can he motivate his players when we are down? JT JT does that motivation very well. He talks to the players. He win games. I can remember in Stamford Bridge, games that I've watched where JT won many games for Chelsea. Many 3 points, just one goal. Crossing, set pieces, JT get his head towards it and he wins it. So that is the kind of leadership that I'm looking for. If we give it to Kepa, which I want to, but I don't want him to do it because Kepa won't be the guy to decide sitting games for us when the going is getting tough. You get what I'm saying, Steven?
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that we're going to talk about. Reece James, Malo Gusto will get lots of minutes if Reece James doesn't get healthy in course of the season. Right now, we're having rumors that he's been scanned. There's been a scan. He has a problem with his knee so far, and I don't
We
want to
knew the
see this.
problem with
I
his
don't
knee.
want to
That's
see
the
this.
thing. But that would just be a precaution. I think I said this to you yesterday, right?
Yeah, you
They're
did.
probably scanning all the players because they're going on tour. There's no point taking someone who's injured, so they'll check every single player that's likely going on tour, right? But
Right.
that isn't a good storyline. That's not a good headline. Whereas if you put Reece James, who's like a key player for Chelsea, having a scan on his knee, which he injured only about 2-3 months ago, I'm not surprised if he's having a scan because it was probably planned for him to have a scan anyway. He only got injured 2-3 months ago, so they probably want to check on the progress. Is it healing well? How is it progressing? Do we need to take a different route? And all these sort of things. So that was probably planned anyway, but I'd expect all players going on tour are probably got to have scans because you don't want to take anyone on tour that's got to have any niggling injuries because what's the point in taking them if they're got to have injuries and therefore not likely to have a big part.
Right. Right. So yeah, let's just like you said, precaution. Let's scan and make sure he's right. He has to stay fit. He has to stay fit.
Apparently they're positive about what the results are or going to be, so they're not worried. So that says it all for me.
All right. Thank you very much, Steven. Steven, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. And then going to deep analysis in terms of what is going on at the football club. Metaface Doom says James and Silva, but I wouldn't put it past the owners giving Kepa the armband.
It's not the owners.
It could be. It's a coach.
Manager.
It should be a
It's
manager.
the manager that makes
The
the
owner,
decision.
the owners doesn't determine who can be the captain. It's always the manager, and also the players come together to choose one. I've seen that happen in other football clubs.
Do it. The players do a
The
vote.
voting.
Some clubs do, yeah.
Yeah. McCain, big up to you, McCain. He said this is the best time to sell
the best
Reece
way.
James. Do what, Steven?
I think that's the best way to do it personally is to have the players do a vote. As well as the staff do it like a combined thing. Because then obviously the players are the ones on the pitch with them. The players have known them longer than the coach has. So I think it would be a good way of doing it is to have both staff and players vote.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. And big up to you, DJ Sav, and big up to you, McKean. McKean, my brother. I hope you're doing well. DJ Sav, my big brother. I call him Mr. All Chelsea. DJ Sav and McKean, if you guys are just joining us, we've discussed Christian Pulisic now officially announced as an AC Milan player, and also Lukaku representatives did talk to Chelsea Football Club, and Chelsea are trying to make over 35 million, and then also plus what would I call it, 35 million, and also bonuses from Lukaku's agent representative or Lukaku's entourage. And also we did talk about Rayan Cherki, another attacking midfielder that Chelsea are trying to get from Olympique Lyon. Then we did talk about Moisés Caicedo, what is holding on to the link. We did went into details about the structure and how Brighton wants Chelsea to pay all the money out front, which will be very, very difficult for Chelsea to do that in terms of FFP and other issues surrounding the football club. And also, we have another link that shows that Chelsea we're not even anywhere close to financial fair play. Financial is it fair play, right?
UEFA,
UEFA
financial
problems.
fair play.
Yeah. Chelsea are not anywhere close to that. So yes, big up to you, Dick. It's nice to have you here as usual. McCain said that this is the best time to sell Rhys James to Madrid, and they're in a deep line midfielders. We're showing interest in Caicedo. Isn't the end all be all for the
Be you and
position?
Endo.
Yeah. We'll talk about if there are any deep lines. Stephen I know Stephen is reading also. JT come through the academy with Carvalho next to him and
Carvalho.
Carvalho. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not Carvalho. This is Carvalho.
Yeah, they mean Carvalho. Ricardo
Carvalho.
Carvalho.
Yeah, Ricardo Carvalho, the Portuguese with that poofy
Yeah.
hairstyle. I love him. I think those pair have been one of the best center pairs I've ever seen in the Premier League. They were so good. Carvalho and John Terry. Caballo and John Terry next to him, and Cowell come through with Silva. Yeah, Levi Cowell also another guy in the list we will talk about. DJ Sav, I will send you the link so if you're free. DJ Sav has a lot of opinion. He can join us here and share his opinion on the platform. I always love DJ Sav when I see him around. Big up Nia, Steven, and everyone in the chat. Big up to you, Mr. Chelsea. Peace and blessing. South DJ, absolutely coming from Made Out Face Doom. What's nonsense? I'm reading about selling Rhys James. I think Makim is having fun over here. Makim is having fun. He doesn't mean it. Makim doesn't really mean it. What nonsense I'm reading? Sorry from the comment by Makim. Yeah, Makim is just being funny over here. He just feel like being funny. Personally, I would sell Rhys James, but I see this point though. Yeah, I hope it doesn't.
There's no reason to sell Rhys James. There's no reason.
There's no reason. Yeah. If you're able to hold on to
Kante, I don't think our injuries are gonna be as bad. I think we've had this conversation away from stream. I don't think the injuries are gonna be as bad because Perez, Pochettino's assistant, is very big on the whole fitness thing, and he does it so that players have individual training programs and stuff like that, which in theory should mean that we're not having players overloaded like before, and they're being managed properly on their return from injury and all these things, which in turn minimizes the possibility of them getting injured repeatedly. So I don't think we'll have as many injury issues with Rhys. Although I've seen people saying that, and this is like stuff I've read from reliable people, I can't remember who specifically it was, but I know for a fact it was reliable, that apparently the fact, like, what was I saying? Basically, Rhys James may have and may still potentially need surgery at some point because of the injuries.
Okay.
But I think I said it at the time. I said to you, at least behind, like in the Discord, if not on stream. Yeah. As soon as we went out to Real Madrid, get him booked in for that surgery. Because that second leg, it came out the second leg, he was playing with the injury and he played through the game. He was having medication throughout the game to get through the game. So actually, if anything, if he's willing to fight through and play through the amount of pain he would have been in, that actually is a bigger reason to make him captain. The guy was literally leaving it all on the line. He had a really bad injury that he'd probably been carrying for months, right? And it was a big game, and he was taking medication to get through it.
Right.
And then, like I said, I don't think he'll be injured as much.
I'm just my only problem is we need if Rhys James needs to stay healthy. He needs to stay fit this season because he's been spending so much time on the bench, and I hope that he gets. We want to get lots of games. Rhys needs to play a lot of games for us to really prove to me that he's ready to take that extra mantle to be the captain for Chelsea Football Club. So for now, I want Mauricio Pochettino to look for a temporary person to give the captainship to until Rhys is ready. DJ Saab said, go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, just quickly. But this is what I'm saying, right? he was mismanaged, right? Because think about it, we had Reece and then we had Aspi and then we had Ruben as our choices at right back, right wing back, right?
Right.
There's a gap because Aspi was getting old, he wasn't to the same level. There's a big gap. So I feel like all the managers were rushing him back, and that's why he kept getting injured. Now we've got Gusto, who's meant to be the best person in his age bracket, right? And he's meant to be a top player. And from what I've seen of him, I actually quite like what I've seen. There shouldn't be any need to rush him back now if he does get injured.
Okay.
So that's another reason I don't think he'll get injured as much. Or be out as much, rather.
Okay. We'll look into that. DJ Saab said that still Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is preparing to return to Chelsea, having seen the little significant progress over his future. I think it's being tweeted by Mr. Matlaw himself. DJ Saab went ahead and said ROC Nation Sports have now got involved in negotiation between to try and break the impasse between Chelsea and Inter Milan for Romelu Lukaku. That has also been tweeted by Matt Law. Let's see what ROC can do. DJ Salva, okay, January. But the fitness is huge liability coming from Metaface. Yes, his fitness, he has to be strong. How are you doing now? That's just okay. Personal questions. Questions from let Reece James make a full recovery. I'll say Stephen even said this earlier on to me beyond this behind the scene that if Reece James, there's no point taking Reece James to preseason if it's not fit, right, Stephen?
That goes for everyone, but yeah, basically. But that's also what I was just saying a minute ago when I think somebody mentioned about the scan, and that's why we were talking about the scan and Reece James' injury issues. Because I think everyone that's going on tour is probably having those scans because there's no point in us just taking people, like, for all we know, they could be carrying something that we're not aware of. You take them and then they get injured and then they're out for pre-season anyway. So have the scans, make sure they're good to fly, make sure they're good to get involved. Otherwise, don't take them.
Makes a lot of sense. Metaface also said all is well. Okay, I've read that one.
I think you read this one as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Big up to you, my big brother, Mo of the Blue Lounge, guys. We got 11 of us watching the stream at this moment. If you're part of the 11, do me a big favor. If you're on Blueclouds Media on Facebook, please do me a favor. Look at our brother over here. He got 3 dots right there in the comment section below. Click on his name. He has one of the biggest Chelsea platform. He's a content creator. Like I said, I don't call people YouTubers because that's a stupid name to be calling people. He creates content, very, very valuable content, very, very healthy content. And he has lots of videos that he publishes on his platform all the time. Very, very knowledgeable content that he put on his platform. So guys, check it out. It's Mo from the Blue Lounge channel. And also you guys can check my brother out, his Chelsea perspective. I don't have his link, but if I have time, I'll share his link on his platform. Also check him out and also subscribe to both platforms. Very, very smart guys, and they also have a very, very huge community. So join them and make their platform also bigger. Join the community also on their platform. As that's all I can do for my friends that I know them. You know, that's what everyone is supposed to do for each other, but it doesn't happen all the time. But then, yeah, if you are just on this platform, you don't know these guys, click on the 3 dots. It will take you to that platform and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, Mo, for being here. Mo said that the issue is not James, it's our medical staff. They need to step up. I hope so. I know they've been
That's
a new
basically
medical
what I
staff
was
in
saying
here. Yeah, new medical staff
about
in
the
here. Let's see
mismanagement.
Let's see if the new medical staff can up their game and change what is going on with Reece James and get him fit for the whole entire season. Metaface Doom says Sterling is our most experienced player behind Silva. Let's give it to, if Silva is not playing, Sterling should be able to captain. I want Sterling to be the leader, either Sterling or Kepa Arrizabalaga before Reece James. Reece James will be too early. I wouldn't say it's too early because of his injury issues. So I wouldn't prefer Chelsea to give it to Reece James. I would prefer senior player, which is Rayan Cherki, to captain the team. You know, he's been the leader. He's captained the English national team before, hasn't he, Steven?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's done that before, so why not? Unless you wish to include the likes of Aubameyang, Lukaku, and Ziyech, etc. That's the players that Steven wants them
The people that are going. Yeah, that makes sense.
Most of the medical staff was giving the boost. So yes, thank you very much, Medal Face June, for your wonderful comment. Now let me welcome our brother. It's taking forever. Let me welcome Mr. Chelsea, DJ Sav. Welcome to Blueclouds Media.
Big up Nee, big up Steve, big up everybody in the comments. I'm actually on holiday, would you believe me? I'm in actually sunny Romania. So I'm actually talking to you from Romania today. Gone away on holidays. So I thought it's like 2 hours difference here. So I think it's around about 6 or 7 o'clock down in the UK now.
It's coming up to 20 to 8.
Yeah, it's around about 9:36 here now. So how are you guys doing? I'm still keeping up to date with all the football news, though, while I'm still on holiday. How sad is that,
We all do.
Look, man. I don't know what to say to this man over here. Look, he's on holiday. He's on holiday and still supporting Blueclouds Media, supporting Chelsea Perspective, supporting all this community out there. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say, but we're always grateful to have a man like DJ Sav. True Chelsea supporter. He's been supporting the club for he always doesn't have his own channel. He doesn't have his own channel, but then this is what he can do to support the content creators out there. So thank you very much, DJ, for being on holiday and also still tuning to Blueclouds Media, and then share your opinion on the platform. Even not just sharing your opinion on the comment section, but then you're joining us here talking. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Steven and I are really grateful for you being here.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
Sounds like you've got good weather as well, by the way.
Oh, bruv, yeah. We arrived on Thursday, and it was about 31 degrees. Yeah. And then today it was around about 32, 33 degrees today. So been beach at the beach. It's been beach and then chilling out, beach, going out. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Sit with my wife's family.
All right. So Metal Face Doom says, say hi to you.
Big up, Metal Face Doom. Big up to you, bruv.
All right. He says, pissing it down in the UK. M8.
Yeah, I was about to say it's storming it down like you ain't missing much. But then I'm sure you know to expect that by now.
Oh,
Stephen said it's been raining all day, guys.
Yeah, literally, probably 90% of the day it's been raining.
All right, that's just by the way. DJ Sab, what do you have for us, brother? We've talked about Lukaku. Yeah. We've talked about Christian Pulisic. We've also talked about Mr. Caicedo and what is hanging on. What do you have for us in terms of all these topics, or something that we haven't talked about yet, if you can?
No, listen, I've not had a chance to listen to the whole show, to be honest with you, Nee. I jumped on to hear what you guys had. There's an always excellent topic of discussion by you guys, as it always is. Obviously, this platform is always providing that. Nothing much. I mean, I'm still keeping my eye out on the transfer, and I'm still looking. I'm still hoping. I thought when I come over here on holiday, I thought Lukaku would have been out of Chelsea by now, but obviously that's not happened. I thought we'd have got the Caicedo deal all wrapped up, but that's still not done. I think the worrying thing for me about the Caicedo deal is that not that it really is a worry, is the fact that we've got Liverpool now throwing themselves in the hat if they manage to sell Fabinho and Henderson. They look like they could have some money over to look into the Caicedo deal. However, I still think Caicedo is going to be it's still going to be a done deal to Chelsea still, regardless.
Stephen was we were even discussing in terms of the payment structure. Brighton want all the payment up front, with Chelsea are now willing
if it's 85 million.
If it's 85 million.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've been putting it. I mean, what I'm understanding is a couple of days ago we were led to believe that a deal was all wrapped up, and the deal was going to be free installments, but the first amount's going to be a huge amount up front, and then the other two will be worked on over the years. But it looks like it keeps changing all the time. And the good news is what I loved recently. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think Caicedo was talking in Ecuador. He might have been talking somewhere. He was
the
talking
interview, right?
Yeah, and he was saying that he was just bigging up Chelsea, saying, "Oh, it's a big club. It's a big club in London. I can't say no. I'm interested." And he's pushing now for the move, which is a great thing. And he's so far up to this point, he's saying he wants Chelsea and Chelsea, no one else. But let's not kid ourselves here. If Chelsea are going to delay on this, if they delay and Liverpool do manage to come up with the cash to get rid of the likes of Fabinho or Henderson, then there's a possibility that we could have this deal could fall down on our faces. But the good news for us at the moment is he wants Chelsea and Chelsea only. So hopefully it may stay like that, and he ends up coming to Chelsea, because I tell you what, he's one player I do not want us to lose out on, because I've already imagined or visioned the double six between him and Enzo in that midfield when they go over his next season. It's just going to be wicked. We're going to have I'd say him and along with probably Nkuku in that midfield. Can you imagine that midfield three next season, guys? Oh my God, it's going to be scary for everyone else playing against us.
Right? We've all gone to that.
Yeah, bro. We probably have.
But I don't think Liverpool will be in though, because they were at one point in for that Thuram guy from Nice, right? And then they're also looking at Lavia, and then they also need a centre back, and then they'll need a right back as well, most likely.
Yeah.
So I don't see how they're going to get all that and Caicedo, honestly. I think it's just talk to try and get us to put the price up.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that is the case, Steve, to be honest with you. But I just want this deal wrapped up, guys, because I think at the moment, I think we're putting all our eggs in one basket. And I know we're looking at Cherki, we're looking at Vlahovic as well. I think we're going to be and I think a goalkeeper as well is another one. For me, I think a goalkeeper would be a bonus if we can get a goalkeeper. But we do need to, because I think we need to get this deal over the line, get rid of the likes of Lukaku, another place he needs to get out the door and get our business started to do. I know we've got Nkuku and obviously Gusto through the door. We've got Moreira through the door as well. And we've also got Jackson through the door. But for me, I think we still need to get these other players that we need in these positions to obviously to play for next season, up against teams for next season. I know we're only playing one game a week, but you're still playing 3 competitions. So we need to get our business wrapped up and then start this. I think they were trying to get this deal done before we went on our tour, but it's very unlikely. And I don't know if you guys know, on the 23rd of July, who's playing each other on the 23rd of July on the tour?
Yeah, we've got
Chelsea
Brighton
versus Brighton. There you go, bro.
It's our second game of pre-season.
And Stephen and DJ.
Brighton, isn't it?
So Stephen and DJ, do you guys see this deal being wrapped up before preseason starts? Since we're trying to build team chemistry, and we need this guy in the midfield. Having him there, having Moisés Caicedo, having Enzo Fernandez, and who else? We're talking about and Nkuku also, and even Jackson. Yeah, Mr. Michael Jackson. We're gonna rock this Premier League. So, do you see this deal being wrapped up before preseason starts?
Steve, I'll let you go first, bro. I know I've been talking, so I'll let you go first, bro.
I was going to say, do you want to go first? But I'll go first.
Go on.
I'll put it this way. I don't see it being done before we play Brighton in pre-season. I think it gets done, but I don't think it gets done before the Brighton game on the 23rd or 24th, whatever date it is. Look, I'm struggling with the dates, man, because over here it's like midnight and like some of them are like 7 in the evening, some are midnight. I think one's at 1 a.m. So I don't know what day it is, man. Something like that, about 23rd, something like that. I don't think it gets done before that.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I agree with you on that one, Steve. I'm beginning to think the same thing, man. I think we're gonna play them, and then there'll be negotiations going on, and all I want is this deal. All I want now is this deal to be wrapped up, and if it doesn't get done, then as long as a player signs, come the start of the season, right? Come the start of the season, he signs for us, and that's it. I'll be happy.
It's got very much the feel of the Wes Fofana deal.
Yeah.
The fact that it was dragging and then the player starts to push and then all of a sudden there's a bit of a compromise. That's what it feels like. That's the way I see it anyway.
So we're probably going to see him returning after the preseason is over.
No. I think it'll happen whilst we're on tour. That's what I think. But at the same time, as much as I don't think it happens before the Brighton game, I'm praying that it does, just because the salt from the Brighton fans of Colwell and Caicedo being at Chelsea, and even as a pre-season friendly playing against them in that, it would just irk them so much, and it'd be pure entertainment value.
Right. So big up to you, Eric Blue. Eric Blue's been a long time. He said a long time no see, long time I see you, brother, because I've been on a Blue Lounge platform a couple times and I've seen you there. So I hope you're doing very well, my brother. So it's been a long time. It's true. But yeah, it's nice to see you on Blueclouds media platform. Listening to what we got over here, guys. So I'm gonna send a link in there. So if you are there and you have a little bit of time, you want to join us on our platform, be my guest. Jump on in here and let's have a healthy discussion. So the link is right there. It goes on all the viewers on the Blueclouds Media Facebook platform and also on the YouTube platform. What am I coming? I said an error occurred to YouTube. This usually compare. Wait for a moment. I'm having a issue sending the link to the YouTube. All right, I'll send it directly on YouTube. Yeah, I'll send it directly on YouTube. So the link is right there if you're on YouTube. Yes, guys, click on it to join us here if you have time. If you don't have time, do not worry. There's other time we can stream. You can have a time on. But if you're free, you want to hop on and have a healthy discussion, join us and be my guest. So, Steven, we were talking about Moisés Caicedo. I feel like it's going to be the same way that Chelsea did with N'Golo Kanté or maybe Koulibaly, where in the course of the preseason, N'Golo Kanté have to join Chelsea during Chelsea and Real Madrid, and he didn't even play. He went jogging until the game came to an end. So we might see something like that. The move, and then when the move is done, they'll fly him to America later on all by himself with a private jet. When the whole deal is that Eric Blue says, sorry, bro, I should have been more involved. I'm joining. That's okay. Thank you very much. Join us here. And let's talk about our beloved football club, Chelsea. So,
just quick, right?
Go ahead, Steven. Maybe DJ Sam wants to add some more before we go to the next topic.
I've got a quick question for you guys, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, would you guys be happy rolling into the season given we're, for the most part, playing once a week, except from the Carabao Cup, right? With Broja, Jackson, and Nkunku, because obviously Nkunku's versatility means that he could also be an option at striker. If, and this is the key point here, before anyone gets mad, if it means we get a top goalkeeper, would you take them three and get a top goalkeeper, or would you leave the goalkeeper? Yeah, keep Kepa as number one and sign a striker. Which option do you take?
Repeat that again.
So, do you sign the striker, but you don't get a new number one goalkeeper? Yeah?
Yeah.
Or you roll into the season with Broja, Jackson, and Nkunku as the forward options and sign that number one goalkeeper. And therefore, next season you get the striker. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go on, Nia, I'll let you answer first. Go on, bro.
See, from what Steven is saying, I wouldn't wait next season to sign a striker. I wouldn't wait next season because this has been a very big problem for Chelsea for a long time, having a recognized number 9. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm answering your question right. I wouldn't wait. I'll sign a striker now, and I'll let Kepa Arrizabalaga be the number 1, and have one of those either Bettinelli or what is it, Caicedo or whatever? Is that?
No, you're on about the midfield. You mean Slonina, right?
Slonina. Sorry, yeah, Slonina. Him and that. I don't know. Sometimes I get confused with their names. Yeah, Slonina will be. They should do a job. For assistant position. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, Steve, man. You put us on the spot on that one, mate. For me, listen, I think what I saw today, and this is why I said we could end up getting both before I answer that question, because I don't know how true it is, but I've seen there's been strong links between Kepa and PSG today. I don't know. It seems like Luis Enrique wants him. I don't know as a number 2, but I'm thinking, why would you want him when you've got a top goalkeeper already there? Yeah. Unless he just wants to bring him in as a number 2, I don't know. But would Kepa stick with that? I don't think Kepa want to go in as a number 2. Now, yeah, if PSG were to follow that up and he decides, I will go there, brilliant. However, for me, I still think, I'll be honest with you, I like Nee said, I think we do need a striker. I mean, we got Jack. I'll put it this way: let's see how Jackson does in the pre-season, right? If Jackson looks like he's the kind of guy that we're looking for and he can bang us in some goals, and you've got Brozier that will help out as well, then I'd say leave the striker for another season. Because you can always revisit again in January, even it probably be the worst time to try and buy a striker in January. Let's also not forget, bruv, we've also got the transfer window doesn't close until the 1st of September. So these guys have got a long way to go until they can prove themselves still, and thinking they're going to go at those 2 strikers as the first 2 choices for the season. Now, if we don't get those 2, if those 2 are not up to it, or they're just getting goals here and there, but Poch says we need something else. I need a target man. I need to bring in a target man to just come in, arrive in the box late and score the back and put it into the back of the net. Then for me, then I know you've already turned your head down, you turned your nose down on it. But I think the only one that's out there, the only one for me is a striker. The only one I think is out there that's gettable and affordable for me is Vlahovic. And I know Steve's already said he's too stern because I heard him say no, thank you. But I think if you look at the other strikers that are available out there, we're not going to get Mbappe. We're not going to get certainly not going to go and get Harry Kane. Okay, and there's no way we're going to be able to get Haaland. Now they're the 3 strikers that you probably look at if you're thinking, we're going to if we want to bring in a main striker, they're the 3 you would look at. But those 3 are not available to bring in. So then you look at what else is left on the market. Ramos has been mentioned. Then you got Osimhen, but he's going to cost way over 120 million. I don't think Chelsea are going to fork
They
out
want
that kind
200,
of money.
I think, for some reports, right?
Wow, that's just
200.
gone up now. That's 200 million. But out of that, Chelsea are not going to go down that avenue as much as. I'll be honest with you, Osimhen would have been my first choice, and in fact, he is my first choice, along with probably Ramos as the second choice. But we're not going to get those 2 because of the price that they're both going to come up with. The other one that I'd go and make a punt on, but I don't think Manchester City would sell him, is Alvarez. But there's no way they're going to sell him either. So for me, there's only one third choice left, and that's Vlahovic. And he is affordable and gettable at a good price. And let's be honest, the guy's 23 years old. Okay, and the other thing I'll say is when he was playing at Fiorentina, both him and Haaland were like the 2 most deadliest strikers that every top club wanted. It's just that one worked out for one player who went to Manchester City and he just improved his game completely. Okay, and the other one went to Juventus, who I think has just wasted him completely. I just think he needs a bit of a change. And if he comes to a team like Chelsea, you look at the balls. If you look at the players that he's going to be playing up against, you got Nkunku who can pass the ball to him. You then got Jackson. You got Mudryk. You got all these players and Noni Madueke, all these kind of players that can pass the ball to him. Then you got Enzo from the midfield that can pass this to him. So you got that opportunity to bring a player like him, and I think he'll thrive on them kind of passes. So for me, he'd be the answer. I think if we can't get the main striker that we really really want in terms of an Osimhen, which I said is going to be too much money.
I agree with you. We have our brother. Before I introduce our brother in here, let's go for a shot. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Eric Blue. How you doing, brother?
Thank you for having me. I wasn't ready for that.
Big up, Eric. Long time, bro. Long time.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be involved with Chelsea again. It was a bit of a tough season last season, but it's good to be back. And let's start with some good. Well, I think a lot of good things are happening. A lot of positive, news and transfers. I was saying that the getting rid of a lot of these, well, just moving them on. Maybe saying getting rid is too harsh, but moving on a lot of these players was a huge part of, the plan in the summer.
Right.
So we were, we're supposed to do that. We've done it, and let's see what we can do for the. I'm just looking forward to the first preseason game, even though we're still waiting for Caicedo, but we know he's coming. We know he'll come, but just let's see what happens in this first game, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eric Blue. Always wonderful to see more Chelsea fans join the platform. What we have here, Eric, we did talk about Lukaku's situation right now. Chelsea, I've talked to Lukaku's representative, and Chelsea want more than 35 million plus bonuses. And also, Christian Pulisic today made official have joined AC Milan. Then also, we did talk about another Chelsea. Another player that Chelsea is really interested in, which is Rayan Cherki. Rayan Cherki is another player, winger, attacking midfielder. Also, I think is more versatile, Chelsea. And also, we did talk about Moisés Caicedo. Well, what do you make of any of these topics that you want to discuss with us whilst you're joining us?
Yeah, I'm not really involved. I have to be honest. I haven't been anywhere with the news. I've just been busy, but I think everything is positive. Everything you just mentioned is a positive situation.
Yeah.
I would like us to sign Cherki. He seems like a very interesting player.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was listening to a stream. I can't remember who said it, but someone said it's never a bad thing to you can never have too many chance creators, and I think that makes a lot of sense. So Cherki seems like a chance creating kind of player. With his dribbling, maybe with his passing. Who knows? I haven't really seen any clips of him spraying passes, but these kind of signings are good. Maybe the age might be a concern. I know we're really focusing on young players, but I think it's better to focus on it's less concerning to focus on younger players than to focus on people who are maybe 35 plus. Even though that might be what we're used to, because we're used to winning immediately and instant success. But yeah, people moving on. It's best for both parties. It's best for everyone. I think some of these players just need some fresh air, new environments, and yeah, hopefully Caicedo isn't the only one we signed, but even if he is, I think that's still very positive. So
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Eric Blue. Mr. Eric Blue in the house. Did yourself? What do you make of that?
No, yeah. Listen, everything Eric's just said. Yeah, I completely agree. I think Caicedo is. I think Caicedo is the one. I said I think he's the one that we need to get over the line, and as soon as. I think if you look at our situation within the midfield, people say obviously we got Santos and you got Caicedo who possibly could come in there, but I still think you still need another one there. And I think he's just the right guy to come in there. And I think all Chelsea fans, want this deal all but wrapped up. I know you're getting some fans that are saying if it's too expensive, Chelsea should walk away from the deal. But I think it's just gone too far now for Chelsea to walk away now, unless they come out last minute and say over some stupid money for him. Then that'll be the only time I can see Chelsea walking away. But yeah, deal needs to be wrapped up as soon as, and then we can just get on with the season. I just want pre-season to begin. Obviously, I want to see our first. I'm obviously going to get a chance to obviously watch the first game when it does come on, and I also want to see what this team can do because we definitely need to start well.
Yeah.
And as I said, we do need to obviously get all our business done if we possibly can in that time period still. So we're ready for the start of the season against Liverpool because that's going to be the main game, isn't it? The start of the season. So, yeah, it needs to all be done. So, yeah, hopefully the Caicedo deal will be wrapped up as soon as possible.
Stephen.
Hmm?
Can you hear me? Is there anything you want to add to what Eric said?
No, not really. I don't think there's much to add, to be honest.
All right, so let's welcome our Manchester United fan, far away in the east, joining us over here. Big up to Herbert, Scala United. what do you have for us today in terms of Chelsea news, in terms of what is going on with Manchester United? You have you've taken Mason Mount is right there. Scala, what do you have for us, brother?
Yeah, I mean, look, I didn't realize Chelsea fans were so attached to Mason Mount. I mean, he never claimed like he was a Chelsea fan. He's a Portsmouth fan. His father is a United fan. And I mean, I can understand like you guys obviously is from the academy and you get a bit affectionate to those players. So it's natural for you guys to feel that way. But yeah, man, obviously now he's at United. And if you told me that our first signing of the summer is going to be Mason Mount, I wouldn't have believed you because personally, I've never rated Mason Mount even when he was doing bits at Chelsea. I thought he was just a good player. I mean, he wasn't crap. I mean, I don't mean like that, but I don't know. I just never found him like he's like, he has a world class potential or something like that. He was just a good Premier League player. So, and Ten Hag has signed him, not the club, because it's not a club signing, it is his signing. So, if this doesn't work out, if Mason Mount doesn't work out, that's on him. So, at the moment, I'm just trusting the manager because, in my opinion, we should be going for the player which you are in for, Caicedo, because he can play multiple positions and that's what we need. We don't have a cover for Casemiro. And Mason Mount, all right, he wants to play with 1-6 and 2-8. I get that. And if you saw the last season or whatever his debut preseason, Mason Mount, he runs a lot, and I think Ten Hag has he has understood in the Premier League you can't play possession football unless you're Pep. You have to beat Pep in the way Klopp did. So that's what he's trying to do. And one thing you get from Mason Mount is that he's going to run a lot. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm a bit indifferent to it. I'm not really excited by the signing, but I can understand why the manager wants him. I mean, look, you guys need to get over it. I mean, it's not like Drogba leaving Chelsea. It's just Mason Mount.
What do you make of his first debut preseason? What do you make of those touches and crosses and those misses and all that? What do you make of his performance?
He looked like a player who hasn't played football for a while. If I'm not wrong, like he didn't play for Chelsea for a couple of months, so obviously he looked a bit rusty. But yeah, you can see his quality on the ball. What I saw was that he's very composed on the ball. He's not like Bruno who just wants to get the ball and get rid of it. So he played a very good pass to put Ahmad through. So yeah, I want to see what Ten Hag does with him because he's very excited to be here. That's one thing I can say. It's not like he picked United just because of the money. So that's a positive. If you saw his dad's reaction, I think his dad was the biggest instigator in Mount moving to United because his whole family from his father's side are United fans. And if you saw his father's reaction in the dressing room, in the changing room of Carrington, he was stunned. So
that old man is a disgrace.
Bro, his dad's been trying to get him to go to United since he was a kid. I can't find the article now, but there was an article that said, like, basically when Mount was a teenager, Tony was trying to get him to go to United. And Mount basically refused.
Yeah.
So it's not like a new thing. Like, he's been trying to get him to go there.
He's not a Chelsea fan. I don't get that. He's not a Chelsea fan. He's a Portsmouth fan. He's born in Pompey, if I'm not wrong. So, I mean, I don't see, like, what's the big deal? Like, he's, after all, just a player.
All right. So what else is going on? We want to talk about in terms of Chelsea's dealing Lukaku, Moisés Caicedo, and all that. Is there anything you want to add to it? And also, if you want to talk about Declan Rice, feel free. Go ahead and talk about Declan Rice because Arsenal hasn't finished the deal yet.
I mean, look, if you are going to get Caicedo, I think that's going to be one of the signings of the season for me. I think he's a wonderful player, and him with Enzo Fernandez, and you already got Nicholas Jackson, and I think you're in for
Nkunku out there also.
Yeah, and all these players are not, they are not like 20 years old. These are very experienced, mid-20 years, like mid-20s players. So they are quite experienced as they are going to be in the hands of Pochettino, who is very good in developing players like these. So yeah, man, Chelsea will be a big problem next year, especially with you guys playing only one game a week. So I mean, look, you should be having some kind of expectations from next season. I mean, there was a comment before I came on that someone asked about top 4. I don't know if you're going to get top 4, but you should at least, try to get one Carabao Cup at least. You're going to be playing one game. So trophy has to be a priority for you guys next season. And if I'm not wrong, if you don't qualify for the Champions League next season, your kit revenue will drop also because you can't be out of the Champions League for 2 seasons. That's what United faced last year. So that's another thing.
I think fifth gets Champions League next year, right? Based on the coefficient stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, is it for the Premier League as well? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's top 5 because of the. I think the top 2 nations get an extra spot or something next season. I can't remember fully how it works, but I remember hearing something to that effect.
Okay.
All
So
right.
that could come in handy.
Is there anything you want to add to it, Mr. Eric Blue? Before we move on to the last next topic, I have some questions so I want to ask you guys. Eric, are you there? Can you hear me, Eric Blue?
I think he's gone.
No, he's there, but it looks like he can't hear me. He's down there. He's in the chat there. So, what have we not covered? I'm trying to bring the last one in.
I think we covered basically everything, haven't we?
Yeah, we've covered basically everything that we have to cover. All right, so let's bring other club to in. I mean, we got some 10 more minutes to wrap it up. DJ Service here. I know he has a different opinion in terms of Jordan Henderson. Someone mentioned Jordan Henderson here. I want to know what you guys' opinions are on Jordan Henderson. He's been heavily linked to join the Saudi Arabian club. And Jordan Henderson is a role model who is also standing for LGBT community. He works for them. He supports them. Now he's been linked with the money that to a football club that can change his. How would I say it? The money that you're going to give to him will change his entire generation for a very, very long time.
Isn't
this country, the Saudi
earns?
club, they don't agree with his LGBT thing. Should this guy go? And if he goes, is it being hypocrite? Let me go with Steven.
Isn't it something like 7 times the amount or something ridiculous like that to what he currently earns?
Yeah.
That is insane. But at the end of the day, like if his values are supporting certain communities and you're going to a place that doesn't like really respect those beliefs, then I have to question you on your reasoning for going there outside of is it just for money? Because the way I look at it, if you got morals and you got beliefs, you should stick to them. But I can't help but thinking it looks a lot like he's going purely for the money.
What do you think, DJ?
Yeah, it's a strange. Well, I won't call it a strange one. To be honest with you, I get what Steve's saying about the morals, but I'll be honest with you, Steve. I've got a funny feeling, and everyone, I've got a feeling it is to do more with money in his career. How old is he? What is he? What in his late 30s?
33 years.
33.
34, I think, or something like that.
Yes, yeah. So he's going to be his final paycheck, isn't it? Yeah, his final move he makes in his career. A lot of all this belief stuff goes out the window. If they got certain beliefs. If they're going to be paid 10 times the money they're getting at Liverpool, he's definitely going to make the move, mate. A lot of I can actually see this happening a lot. To be honest with you, a lot of our players from here, those that get a certain age group, a certain age will go. So it wouldn't surprise me if he was to go. So yeah, I'm not surprised by it. As I keep saying, morals don't mean nothing when you're, when you've got certain beliefs. But if you're going to, as I said. I think he's going to go and play for Steven Gerrard's team, isn't he? So that's another reason. That's
that clip was brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
Very funny. I couldn't tell the communication what was going on.
Yeah. So I've got a feeling it's going to happen. If he goes, he's definitely going to go.
Yeah.
And good luck. I say good luck to him. I say good luck to him in that kind of that way.
Let me get Scarlett's opinion. Herbert, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I don't really consider footballers and their moral stands as something to be, looked at. I mean, if you look at people like Gary Neville, when the World Cup was announced in Qatar, he was criticizing the World Cup, and a month later, he was doing punditry for BN Sports, which is a Qatari-owned group. So you can't really, put these people in a positions where you have to question their morals because they don't have any. I don't think most of these people even know what they are standing for. They just, preach out whatever the latest trend is just for their own PR. So Jordan Henderson, wasn't it Jordan Henderson and Harry Kane before the World Cup that they said that we'll be wearing rainbow color armband in the World Cup. So
And
I
everyone
mean, look, man, you can't put these people in positions of morality because they don't know what half of the things they stand for. So look, man, as you mentioned, that's generational wealth. What is it like? They're quadrupling his wages, 700 grand a week. So that's generational wealth. Just go and take it and enjoy your retirement. You have won the Premier League. You already had a better career than Steven Gerrard, and he is, increasing your wage. So enjoy the retirement, man. If I am Henderson, I wouldn't care what the public think. I'll just go and take the bag.
On the Neville thing, I expect that stuff from Neville, though. Neville is quite hypocritical.
Yeah.
I mean, from what you just said, look, Jimmy Carragher is the same person that have criticized people going to Saudi Arabia to take money. And then here we are, his own bro, which is Steven Gerrard, have gone in there and just ripping the money, taking the money like that. It's now quiet. So that's a lot to talk about. People in the news media, those big guys that criticize, and then also when it comes to theirs, they tend to shut up. So that's a lot of hypocritical going on there in this association. So go ahead.
No, I've got nothing to add.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you guys remember when Oscar went to China and people were criticizing him back in 2014 when he wanted to go for the money. I mean, that looks like way lesser problem than what it was, considering what we are living here. I mean, he clearly said that I wanted more money. And remember, like Chelsea fans that time were saying like, what 100 grand a week wasn't enough for you. I think they were offering like 400 grand a week to Oscar that time. So at least he openly admitted that he went for the money.
I think that Oscar might regret what he did. I truly believe Oscar still cares about.
He said he wanted to come back like multiple times and never got to come back.
Yeah. So we know why he did it, and you can say he's selfish, but you don't know how many mouths he has to feed. Some of these players have extended families. It's not just himself, his wife, and his children. He has a lot of maybe his village, his town. He has to think about things like this. His whole community. So when people go for money, the assumption is that, oh yeah, they're just greedy, or they want to, they just care about money. That's all they care about. But it's not like that. There's a lot more going on than that. So I don't really like to judge, players' reasons for doing things. At the end of the day, it's it's not anything illegal. If you have the opportunity, you go for it, right? So
yeah, I agree with you, Eric. I agree with you 100%. I can't afford to disagree with it. Look, it's why are they playing football? I even sit over here and I said Mason Mount, whatever money that he deserves, they need to give it to him because the money that even the players make here and they make here in our sports over here is way more than what they're paying the footballers in Europe or even UK. So why are they playing football? And I've said a footballer's lifestyle, lifespan in terms of playing football is just a decade, 9 years, 10 years, and he's done playing football. So why not? If they have a lucrative offer like that, why wouldn't they jump into it? And I even made an example a couple of weeks ago when I did stream. There was a player in the Premier League called Graciela Pella who played for I think
Southampton. We were having this conversation in Discord the other day.
Yeah, Graciela Pella, very young player. He was on top of his game, and as soon as he had that link, he has that link from the interest from the Saudi league. He left the Premier League as young as he was because the money was so big. He was the highest paying player in the Saudi league until the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo's and those big guys joined the Arab League. So sometimes it's not just all about winning trophies and being that. I've seen top players like one time BBC 3 times African Player of the Year Abedi Ayew Pele on his time to retire. He didn't fancy any other league but in the Arab League because the money, he need the money. They're all playing for money. So I don't care if I'm a young player and they offer me that amount that is being offered to Jordan Henderson. I will take it. I'll move away from the Premier League. What else does he need? He's won the Premier League. He's won Champions League. If I can remember, he won the Champions League. What else does he need? He needs the money. So why shouldn't you take it? But the only thing is what he stands for and where he's moving towards. You support gayism or LGBT. But in the country you're moving into, they don't support it. So how is it going to tell the story to the people that he supports? That's the only question now. All right, big up to my big brother here, Chelsea Perspective. I didn't mention your name. I talked about you about maybe 40 minutes ago when you're not live. I tell people we had a few numbers here, so I told them to check your channels out because I know you do it for me. Why wouldn't I? So thank you, my brother, for hopping on here. And then also trying to say hi to people. Litness is not greatness. How is everyone doing? We are doing wonderful. As you can tell, Dig Yourself is on holiday, but he's still here with us. Eric Blue joined us here, which I'm very, very happy to see Eric Blue here. So also he says, just stopping by to say hello. We really appreciate your time. Big up to Coachella. How are you doing, my brother, coming from Dig Yourself? He's doing very well. I hope he can still hear us, Coachella, if you can. Dig Yourself said hi. So guys, we've talked about Jordan Henderson, we've talked about everything, Rayan Cherki, we've talked about Lukaku. If anyone has anything else you want to add to it.
You talk about this guy in your team who is apparently he wants playing time and he's not in for the money, your defender Levi Colwill. Because Levi Colwill. He's the
Levi Colwill, yeah, from Brighton.
Yeah, apparently he's on on transfer. I mean, he wants to apparently move because Chelsea are not guaranteeing him first team football because obviously you got Badger Shield. So, what do you think about him?
Move, by the way,
I don't know where you got this information. I don't know where I'm not sure what you mean.
Liverpool are in for him. That's what I'm asking. Like, he has some options from other big clubs,
but he don't want.
Did you watch Fabrizio's?
He just wants guarantees of a playing time, which he'll get.
Yeah, I mean Brighton. They already rejected 2 bids from Brighton. Chelsea.
Fabrizio released a video saying that Liverpool are not even trying to go for him because they know he's untouchable. So I don't think they have a chance. If they can, we know they don't like to spend a lot of money. I know they just spent a lot on what's his name, Zoboslai. And maybe they spent half of their budget already. So
but they're going to get 60 million right now.
Oh, we're interested in Mbappe. It don't mean we're gonna go for him.
Nah.
Yeah, just like the Rayan Cherki's link right now. Chelsea are interested, but there haven't been any other concrete move like trying to negotiate or maybe talking to the entourage and everything. There haven't been any other link yet, but just interest. So go ahead, go ahead, Scala.
Quick, I think.
Oh, I asked him because obviously he's a left-footed centre back, and I so want him to play over Harry Maguire in the upcoming Euros. So, I mean, unless he's cements his position in the Chelsea team, I can't see Gareth Southgate picking him. So that's why I'm curious to know because he's a very good centre back. I watched some of his clips and some games. I mean, he's got high ceiling, man. That guy. So
very comfortable.
I'm curious,
he has got a lot of confidence. He's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, from my understanding about the whole about the whole move for Colwill is basically he's had his chat with Poch. Poch has already assured him that he's part of his plans. I think what I'm hearing now is Matt Law even said it that it's now about him getting his new contract sorted out because I think he's already been guaranteed his spot. And let's be honest, Chelsea he's still got that year, so he's got 2 years left on his contract. His contract doesn't expire until June 30th, 2025. So he's still got a way to go anyway. And how I look at it, even if Chelsea don't get him on a new contract this season, it's possibly that he'll get into the Chelsea setup anyway, probably play games, sign his new contract, and that'll be it. This whole thing will be over. I know there's been a lot of talk of Liverpool. There's been a lot of talk of Brighton. There's been a lot of talk, even Tottenham I heard today, which was so funny hearing that today. I'm thinking if Chelsea's not going to sell to Liverpool or Brighton, what makes Tottenham think they're going to even get a chance of getting him? So yeah, in that kind of stuff, I'm not really worried about the Kubo.
Why would he go to?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it is.
Why?
I mean, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Kubo situation. I think he's going to stay. I think he's guaranteed. He'll be guaranteed his football. And also, let's not take into consideration here, Badashili's injured still, so he's more than likely going to start
until at least
at the start of the season. Yeah. But I can understand why Herbert's pointing it out though, because of Harry Maguire.
Sorry, mate, I can't do another flipping competition at the fridge. I can't do it.
All right, this is. Just
sorry.
1 second. Sorry, Eric Blue. I'll come back to you in a second. I'm reading this from my brother here. What's his name? Is this Kiam Mayer said Caicedo is our main focus, and to get a killer forward to be able to compete with the Man City and the Arsenal. Look, I'm right now from what is going on. I'm not scared of Man City because letting 3 or 4 key players leaving, Man City will not be in the conversation next season. They won't be in the conversation. I mean, the odds will be on them. But from what I'm seeing, Mahrez is leaving. Kyle Walker is also leaving. We have the Gundogan and Silva. All these players and those are key players. 5 or 4 key players in the Man City squad are all moving away to a different club. The team is not going to gel like it used
De Bruyne being injured for about 2-3 months of the season,
and De Bruyne will also be injured. So there won't be in a conversation in terms of winning the Premier League. It's going to be Arsenal and somebody else. So let's see who's going to be somebody else. Eric Blue, take over.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome,
I don't even remember what that was. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not even sure that. No, it's okay. It's okay. Look, just very quickly on this thing, point about City. I think if there's any team in the league who can deal with multiple key players missing, it would be Man City, because I think they have the best squad. I think they also have the best coach. Maybe he's the best coach in the world right now. So if there's anyone who can manage that, it probably is him. I'm not saying it means they'll win the title, but when they've won it 3 times in a row, you just have to assume that even if they don't get it, they'll just miss out by maybe a few points. So I'm hoping you're right, Nee. I really am. But I don't think Arsenal, we'll see what they do next season. We'll see what they do when they are, expected to challenge for the Premier League and also not get embarrassed again in the Champions League. Right? We'll see what teams like United can do. If they sign Onana, they'll be stronger. Let's see if they can get top 4 again. Liverpool, who knows where they'll be. So there's a lot of, doubts about some of these other clubs who are supposed to be challenging. And we can't even talk about Chelsea yet. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure. But hopefully, City just, take it easy a little bit. And as much as I wouldn't like anyone else to, City are one of the least, annoying teams to win it. But, you can't have one team winning 4 in a row, 5 in a row. It would get it's too much. So let's see what happens with that.
All right. So this is an update coming from Matt Law and other tweets. They're all talking about Aubameyang. Aubameyang will report to Chelsea training on Monday if no deal agreed for his exit before then. Clubs so far been reluctant to pay a fee and cover wages. So Chelsea are willing to pay a fee and let him go. They just want him out of the football club. And also, guys, I'm not so sure if you guys have watched the interview between Gary Neville and the ex-Tottenham player who's now signed for Everton. What's his name again?
Dele
Dele Ali. I don't know if you guys want to comment on those mental health problems and what the problems players are going through behind the scenes, and what's also happening to Cucurella last season. I don't know if you guys want to touch base on it.
I can't
If yes,
comment because I can't because I haven't even seen it. It just released, I know, and people have already watched it, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I heard that it was emotional,
very,
but
very.
yeah,
He's being molested and wasn't doing drugs. There was the
No, he was selling. He was
He was
selling. He was
selling
selling them.
drugs, selling them. So, Scarlett, you want to comment on that? The mental health and how it's affecting the players badly.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the full interview. Obviously, it involved Gary Neville, and he loves all these sorts of things. So, I mean, look, I mean, Dele Alli as a player, obviously, he was like, I remember the goal he scored against you guys at the bridge, and I was thinking, like, this guy's going to be the next big thing. And then things turned down, very opposite of what we were expecting. I watched the interview. I mean, look, obviously, his child trauma and all that. We have to feel sympathy for him because I mean, he was what he said that I was selling drugs at 8 years old and I was smoking in 10. So stuff like that. I mean, you can't. You have to feel a bit sorry for him. But I mean, the certain things I didn't agree. I mean, there was a part in that where he mentioned that Mourinho told something to him and he didn't like it and he was pissed off. And if you remember the documentary they did on Tottenham, and he said that he
Oh, the
mentions
bit about
Dele
being
Alli.
lazy.
Yeah, about being lazy. And if you remember, he also threw the water bottle in the sitting room, like in the substitution bench. So, stuff like that. I can't really, I mean, I feel sorry for him, but I don't feel too much sorry for him as well because he is very talented, but he chose not to work hard. So, I mean, somewhere you have to draw the line between, feeling sympathy
But
and
then
mental health.
the thing on that though is, so you've seen the whole thing, so you'll know that he then said what you didn't see in the documentary. Nia, I don't know if you saw the whole thing or just little clips, right? Is that
Yeah.
the next week Jose had seen him training and he actually apologized for calling him lazy, saying he's actually not lazy.
Yeah.
But obviously that doesn't sell, so they didn't put that in the documentary.
But Stephen, did he go to Jose? Jose, who we know he's a father, did he try and explain what his problems are to Jose, just like he did with Gary Neville?
No idea.
Well, if you don't, managers always serve as fathers to us because we're far away from home. You have players that are travel from Africa, Asia, to go to England and be in Tottenham or Chelsea and have a father figure, which is maybe Pochettino. But if you have personal issues and you don't directly sit them down for them to know what is going on with you,
I mean,
which
but you
to
don't go
me,
to Mourinho for that. I mean, Mourinho is not the father figure you want, in my opinion. This guy, I mean, look,
but
I remember this. He did the same thing with Luke Shaw. I mean, once Luke Shaw had a half decent game, and in the post-match press conference, he comes out and says that I literally coached Luke Shaw throughout that game, and Shaw didn't like it. So,
but listen,
Mourinho is a bit.
but listen,
Yeah.
Herbert. My question was: did they sit down to explain these issues to Mourinho as what they're going through in their personal life? Because no one knows what
No.
they're going through.
Yeah, obviously he didn't. I mean, I don't think
That's what I'm
he
saying.
mentioned it to Mourinho.
Well, if he did mention that, Mourinho will know that, okay, this guy is not in the right state of mind to start a game. And that would not allow Mourinho to call him lazy. Because he's seen them at training. They're training. Every day they're training, he's coming to training. But he has something else in his mind that is not letting it out. If you don't say it, get it out of your chest, and you keep making mistake, no one knows what is going on with you. Just like he did brought this up. But in my opinion, just like Scala, you just said, look, when these guys play football and they get to a certain level, when the money comes in, it gets over there. Because I knew when Dele Alli was having all that money coming in, he prioritized fashion more over his work in terms of what he was doing on the football pitch. It was too much fashion on Instagram.
Yeah, when he got all that money, this guy went back to MK Dons in his Lamborghini and he was showing it off. So
there you go.
I mean, look, I don't have much sympathy for Dele Alli because you have all this talent and you just chose not to work hard. So obviously, feel a bit empathetic on him for his childhood trauma. You can't justify that, but let me look. Obviously, there are footballers who face certain things, but this is your release, isn't it? I mean, life has given you this opportunity where all this trauma you have faced, and then you have been gifted with some ability, and football should have been your kind of takeaway. So, and he didn't choose to work hard. So, yeah, man. I mean, look, whatever happens with Dele Alli, I mean, I was listening to Talk Sport today, and they were talking about him having a possible chance in the Euros. So, you get that special treatment if you're English.
So now everybody's gonna go forward to these top players and make an interview and tell them what they're going through, and then they get a chance in playing the Euro. What does Dele Alli merit to have a qualification, have a chance to play in the Euro because of what is going
But
on?
that's probably just TalkSport waffling rubbish, though.
That
Because
shouldn't be
where's
the
that come from, though?
justification.
Because no, but what I'm saying is TalkSport have probably just gone, oh, what can we do? Oh, let's say he's got a chance in the Euro squad. We don't know what he's got to play like. He's injured as well. So he's coming back from that as well. So you don't know how he's got to bounce back. So they can't even say, oh, he could be in the Euro squad. That just seems like TalkSport trying to be
TalkSport
sort of controversial, basically.
I mean, look, another thing from the interview which came out, which is very surprising to me, like he was overdosing on sleeping pills, basically. And he mentioned in that interview, like basically all these footballers, they are given sleeping pills, like basically like toffees
Before
and
or
there is
after games.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They are given like handed out without any prescription. So like they were talking about, is that an epidemic going on in the footballing industry? Like people just consuming sleeping pills without any prescriptions.
Yeah, one way or the
But there'll
other.
be so much dodgy stuff within it, like that won't even be the half of it, man.
Yeah.
One way or the other, these top athletes have gone through a lot in their life. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo had it so easily. I don't think he's had it so easily. Being a Brazilian, naturalizing to be a Portuguese, and be able to play for Sporting Lisbon, move from Portuguese league, move to England and play for Manchester United, move away from there to Real Madrid, and now to Juventus, and now to the back to Manchester United, to the Saudi Arabian league. He's gone through a lot, but then he never let the money and all those money that he's got, or whatever properties that he has achieved, take away from his physical abilities. So that's also just by the way, unless someone else want to add anything to it, Eric Blue, Steven, or Mr. Chelsea DJ South. Then if not, we can bring the stream to an end. Go ahead, Eric.
We haven't spoke. Sorry, yes, just very quickly. I don't think we've spoken about what's his name, Cucurella.
No, we haven't. I was talking about mental health, so we haven't.
Yeah, you just mentioned him very briefly at the end, and how bad his season has been. I'm just going to be very honest. I would like him to be sold, but of course, if he stays and if he proves me wrong and he does something at Chelsea, fair enough. I'll be happy like everyone else, and I'll say, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong about you. I never wanted him to come to Chelsea. He did, and he had an unbelievable. He had one of the. I mean, Chelsea was very bad the last season, and he was one of our worst players. So he had a particularly bad season among all the bad performances. So, hopefully, he can turn it around. I know he had personal problems. I understand things were going on, but at the same time, if you're on that pitch, the assumption should be that you're ready physically and you're ready mentally to be involved and to do your job, right? So, I'm not going to use that as an excuse for him. I'm hoping that if he stays, he can do something, and he can just help us, even if he has to play as a centre back. But the problem with it is, if he does play as a centre back, it means we now have 3 left-sided centre backs, which is not balanced at all. So if he's going to be involved with us this upcoming season, he has to be a wing back or a level. I don't think Pochettino is going to use wing backs, so he's going to have to be a left back.
He does from time to time.
Yeah, okay. So 3-4, true. Spurs did play 3 at the back a few times. So who knows? Who knows what happens with Cucurella? But I'm hoping we can figure something out and he can leave. But if he doesn't, then he needs to be involved. He needs to help us. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Eric Blue.
I'm of the same view as well. Just I didn't want him. I would sell him, especially when you see the fact that Lewis Hall, who's a midfielder, like he transitioned basically seamlessly to left back. That plus we've got Martin coming back as well. I want to see how Martin does in pre-season as well, because I feel like we could keep him, sell Cucurella, put Hall either out on loan or let him go back to his natural position in midfield, see how he does there. Because it could end up, okay, maybe he in the Premier League don't perform so well in midfield and he ends up full-time transitioning to left back. You never know. But I didn't want Cucurella either, and I likewise would sell him. I think me and you had this conversation stream multiple times as well. But yeah, that's sort of my stance. I didn't want him. I want him sold. I feel like I don't know how you guys see it, but for me, I feel like the profile of Martin fits better than what Cucurella does. I feel like Martin to Chilwell, they're more similar. So to go from two different profiles in Chilwell and Cucurella just makes things 10 times harder. Because if one's out, so say Chilwell's out, you then got to try and transition to Cucurella, who stylistically isn't necessarily the same. Whereas if you've got someone who's at least somewhat similar, you can transition it a lot easier, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, to me, what I see, I think we're a little bit too harsh. I would say we're a little bit too harsh on Cucurella. Look, it has one season with Chelsea, and I don't know about you or others, that he was also having off the field problem, which is personal issues that made him perform very badly. So giving Cucurella another chance at the season, considering the price tag on him, I think give him one season. If he performs very well at the left back position, compete well with Ben Chilwell, I think it will help. If Chelsea can get him more minutes, perform very well, and Chelsea feel like, okay, it's time for us to sell him, then they can get good money from him. But now, if you want to sell Cucurella, the amount of money that we paid for Cucurella right now, we're not going to cover it back. We're not going to get even not even half of it. Not half of that money is going to come back to Chelsea. So I think that we have to support Cucurella for one more season and see how he performs. And then we can really fairly judge him and see. I feel like it's this coming season will be his last season at Chelsea if he doesn't perform well. DJ Sav, do you want to say anything else before Scala comes in?
Yeah, no, listen, I'm with you on this one, Nee. I get what the guys have said, and generally I agree with what both Steve and Eric generally say. But I think with this situation with Cucurella, I think there's a lot of things that I can't say much. I mean, I probably would know more about his situation than I probably would do of Dele Alli situation. But there are personal situations with Cucurella that many fans probably don't know the situation. That probably don't know, and he had some really, really. I mean, from what I've heard and what I've read, he's had, I think, issues with someone done his house over. He's had issues with.
He was in hospital for like a month or something, couldn't it?
Yeah, and he basically goes he couldn't get over it. Him and his family were more or less saying they were. I think his girlfriend or his wife was more or less saying she was trying to help him get over that. They were obviously trying to help each other out, but it seemed to affect him quite a lot. And I think we talk about this thing about mental health. We don't know we don't know what this thing does to players, and as we all know here, Chelsea had a really crap season last season. We all know this. The players were not that great. Unless your name is Reece James before he got fully fit, or Thiago Silva. Okay, everyone else really had rubbish game, actually rubbish. So I'll at least give him the season, or give him at least pre-season what he can do. We do know from what my understanding is, there is an offer on the table by Tottenham. I don't know how true it is. I think it's around about 34, 35 million they're willing to put on the table for him. Whether that's enough to whether I think that's enough to take him away to Tottenham, considering his age and how he can play as well, is another thing. But let's see what happens. I'll at least give him pre-season, see how he does in that. If they still think he's not what it is, then yeah, by all means, maybe look at maybe selling him on for a good price, and maybe he might end up going to Tottenham. So let's see what happens.
What happened? So, Scala, you want to talk about Cucurella? Also going through some mental problems, and he really affected his performance last season badly. Do you have any thing you want to say about it before we move on?
I wasn't aware of that before you guys told me, so I can't comment on that. But I do agree with what Steven said about having different profiles, because I mean, if you look at Chilwell, he looks very much like the modern left back. He can go up and down the wings. He has a very good cross on him, and he's athletically more gifted. But Cucurella, he looks more like a Pep player to me, and Pep also wanted him, but obviously you guys paid 60 million for him, so he came to you, or Brighton sold to you guys. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how Poch wants to play football with a back five or back four, but I think there is a very stark contrast between your two fullbacks, and that could just alter your playing style. It's what happens with us when Casemiro doesn't play. We look a very different United. So if you have one side with Reece James and the other side with Cucurella, you're automatically tilting towards the right-hand side for your creativity. So, right. I mean, look, when we played you guys at the bridge, Anthony had him on toast, if you remember, on the first half. So that says a lot about, an experienced fullback against an Ajax player with his first season.
Thank you, Herbert, a Manchester United fan. We have Steven, and then we have Eric Blue, then the big guy here, DJ Sav. I think this is where we bring this stream to an end. Guys, really appreciate your time coming on and then having football discussions. That's all we do over here. Appreciate your time. Herbert, thank you very much for coming.
I mean, look, if you got 2 minutes, I just wanted to ask about this Chelsea player who could be at United.
I have a little bit. We have
I just wanted to ask about
Steven will be going, so we got 3 minutes. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, I just wanted to ask about this Chelsea player who could possibly be at United. I mean, this season or in the January. I'm talking about João Felix, because I think he's gone from Chelsea, isn't he? Or is he still a Chelsea player?
No, he's gone. Chelsea his loan ended.
Yeah, because United wanted him in the summer, but obviously we didn't have the 18 million loan fee which you guys
Let me give you this update on João Felix right now. It's only one football club that is interested in him, and it's Fulham. No other football club is interested in his move. Fulham.
Fulham?
Yeah.
Why would he go to Fulham?
What? That's the only football club is interested in his deal. No one wants him. You should ask yourself why.
I mean, look, I think United want him because we are going in for Højlund, and he's only 21 years old with only 6 months of good football with Atalanta. So he's not experienced. So I think we'll need another experienced attacker because we can't rely on Anthony Martial. So, and Ten Hag wanted João Felix in the January window. So, and he likes him. So that's why I was wondering, since you mentioned that he's not a Chelsea player anymore, how was his time at his Chelsea? I just watched his debut and I didn't watch. Obviously, he got a red card, so I couldn't watch his other games. I saw his goal against West Ham in which Enzo Fernandez assisted. So, how did you make his time at Chelsea?
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you. I think that some Chelsea fans will think, he was good. He looked silky on the ball. Look at those touches. For me, I wasn't so impressed. And I know I need to be very careful because DJ is in the he's in the panel. But no, but I think if I had to give him a rating out of 10, I would say he was probably a 6 because he didn't really influence games the way he could have. Especially for a number 10. This is supposed to be an attacking midfielder. Constantly creating chances, either he's scoring or he's, getting shots as goal or he's making the key pass before the shot. He just wasn't doing that. And I know that, it's not so easy just coming into a team You know,
That is
no
playing very badly.
preseason. Yeah, playing very bad. Everything is going wrong around you. It's not so easy, but especially for the money that Atletico expects to sell him, I just don't see the value. And United have made this mistake a lot of times, overspending on players and not getting the value out of it. Maybe with Ten Hag it's going to be different, but I don't see why Ten Hag wants this player. I just don't understand. But I'm not saying he's bad. Obviously, he's very talented, but I just don't see how he would. I don't see how it fits in the team. Maybe the idea is that Mounts will do more of the, running, and he'll do more of the. Sorry, I've gone over the time.
No, you're
Oh,
right. You're
sorry.
right. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's because maybe the balance is that Mounts will be more of the the workhorse, and Felix will be more of the not so energetic, not so hardworking chance creator. Maybe that's the idea, but yeah, he's talented, but I just don't see it personally. I don't rate him the way some people do.
Look, Eric, I understand what everything you're saying. In this Premier League, if you're signing a player, you need that work ethic from that player. 100%. You need that work ethic. If that player doesn't have that work ethic, then you're just wasting money. If that's why I think Eric Ten Hag signed Mason Mount, not just for his exceptional talent, but then he has the legs to play over 90 minutes. You're talking about over 100%. He can give you more than 100%. But then Joao Felix is a lazy player, which he will not run around the pitch and do the donkey job like Moisés Caicedo would do, Enzo Fernandez would do, or maybe Kante would do, although he's going to bring his creativity and not even tackle like a Cristiano Ronaldo would do now. So if Ten Hag is very interested and want to sign him, I don't know what he sees in him. I mean, you have Bruno Fernandes who can do that job for you. You have Bruno Fernandes in there. So why do you need what's his name? Joao Felix. I don't think it will be a good signing for Manchester United unless they have too much money. Unless United have too much money they want to waste, then they can go in for a Joao Felix. But then other than that, I think that's my opinion on it. Eric, I don't know if you have any more you want to say. Steven, it looks like DJ Saab, do you guys have any more you want to say? If not, then that's my opinion on Eric Ten Hag and Joao Felix. Okay, looks like we're gonna wrap it up here. Scala, any more you want to talk, or you're good? If you're good, guys, we can make it some other time.
Yeah, sure. We can make it some other time.
All right. Thanks, wonderful guys, for joining the stream today. I appreciate you guys the time, spending time over here. You guys, it's the weekend, it's evening, whatever you find yourself, it's definitely going to be evening. You should have spent time maybe relaxing or spending time with the family, but you chose to be here and discuss football. Eric, I want to say you're always welcome to Blueclouds Media if you're free. And then at this time, and we usually stream within 6:30 UK time. If you're free and you want to join us here, you're always welcome, brother. And I think that is what we have now. Thank each and every one of you, the viewers, also in the comment section below. I want to thank Chelsea Perspective, DJ Salva, Kayam Maya, I'm sure that's Blue, and Eric Blue. Also, thank you very much for coming on. And also Metaface Doom, Phantom of Mini Topic. Who else am I mixing? Okay, Kimo and also Makeem. Makeem, thank you very much and also I123, love you. Thank you very much. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Along, I'll say shalom, Leo Desperandons, and hang on to hope. We'll see you guys again in the next stream. Bye-bye.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.